Yo, good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Can you guys see and hear me? If you guys can see and hear me, give me a hi or hello in the chat box. All right. Okay, people are still coming in. We'll be starting in a while, in exactly 1 minute time. How are you guys doing? Have you guys been making? Hey, you guys never go out. Today is like the day one of phase 2. I thought like today will be less people because everyone is out there enjoying their TGI. Yes, third Friday of the month. Today is option expiration date. All right. So while we are waiting for everyone to come in, one thing I just want to share an observation I made in the stock market, right? So over the last 1 week or so, right? Let me just share my screen. Why am I in my library? Yeah, man, it's like my library lah. Yeah, it's a virtual background lah, in case you don't know. Or I think you're just teasing me, right, Carol? Okay, so you can see my slide, right? All right. So I just want to share an interesting observation I made over the last 1 week, right? I think like the last sharing where I shared my like 5K portfolio templates, right? How many of you watched the video? Like was there live, or at least you watched the recording of this video, right? Like I think last week on June 10, I shared a video, right? A 5K portfolio for different investor size. For those of you who have smaller portfolio, what kind of companies you should have based on your your risk reward, how conservative you want, right? Yes, thank you guys. So those of you who have not watched, please check it out. All right, it's uploaded on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. All right, so on I did a sharing on June 10, right? So it's been, I think, from there till now, it's about today is 19, it's about 9 days, 8 or 9 days, right? And since then, right, the market is kind of flat. In fact, the market actually dropped a bit, right? So on June 10 until June 19, the market, dropped a bit, and then we came up a bit. Overall, we are still down about -3%, right? So how do you think the companies I mentioned, right, actually did? Like Tesla, Square, JD, C Limited, right? So these companies, they actually did pretty well. So I was just doing a back test and just checking, right? These 4 companies, right? So the black line shown here is the S&P 500, right? Down 3%. But the companies I mentioned are actually up, all right? And they are up, I think, quite a bit, all right? So the companies I mentioned in just 1 week or 9 days, June 10 to June 19, are actually up, right? So which means on the day of the sharing, or my sharing, if you actually took action and you just follow exactly and get into some of these companies, overall you will be up. Maybe average out is, I don't know, like up 10% or 8% in just 1 week. So the point here I want to emphasize, right, is a lot of people say, hey, Wei-Ming, like, how come the market can keep going up and all that, or how the market is doing. So I want you guys to take your focus away from how the market is doing and focus your attention or your headspace, right, on the companies that you want to buy. Right, so the companies that you buy ideally will be companies that will outperform the market in the first place. All right, so doesn't mean the market go down, your company have to go down. My company, in my portfolio, doesn't have to follow the market one, right? It can always keep going up. So the general market, S&P, we use it as a general market, and the companies that we have are just listed on the stock market, but does not mean they will move together, right? So some of the companies I see, like C Limited, right? I think this year, not just the last 1 week, over the last few weeks or last 1 or 2 months, they actually, in fact, all of these companies they outperform the market by quite a bit. Those of you who are into the numbers, you can go and back test, right? And how many of you, just curious, how many of you take action, all right? Like based on what I shared last week, you actually revamp your portfolio or enter into some of the companies I mentioned, right? If you did, right, type action in the chat box, all right? Now, those of you who took action, really awesome. And those of you waiting for an account to open, I give you a tip, right? So what you can do, so you might think, yeah, I didn't do it, there's nothing I can do. But what you can do, right, is you can call in Think or Swim every day, like TD Ameritrade, the hotline, call in the afternoon, call in the morning, at night when the market open, they have like, they are open 24 hours, right? Call the US counterpart, it's the same number, just call them every day. Call them and say like, expedite lah, just say, hey, my account is not up yet, it's been 2-3 weeks already. You say like 2-3 weeks, now it's more than 3 weeks already. Can you expedite? Can you give priority? then they will do what they can to help you. All right. So I think they were just coming. So this is what I shared last week. Those of you who did not watch or who missed this session, please go and check it out. All right. The companies I mentioned and why these companies. All right. I stated I go a bit in depth into the reasons why I mentioned these companies. Right. But I want to move on to the key topic for today. Right. It's 8:05. I'll just start. All right. People are still coming in. All right, I'll just start. So today the main focus is I want to share with you this dynamic portfolio system. Those of you who have learned before from me previously, personally, I taught you guys, right? It will be a good recap for some of you guys, right? So this dynamic portfolio system, right? I will share like what is the benefits of it, what's the advantage of it, and how it allow you right to enter at good prices. So some of you are asking like the question I asked, right? Like should I chase for it or wait for pullback? Right? You're asking a yes or no question, enter or don't enter, 1 or 0. So when you talk about the market, right, it's not about do we invest or don't invest, right? It's about invest how much. It's a spectrum. It's not black or white. So like in the world, there's so many colors, right? It's not just black or white. Some colors are in between. Yes. So when it comes to the when you invest, right, it's also somewhere in between. So start to tweak your mindset and change it to should you chase or don't chase. It's your answer. The question that you ask, right, can only lead to 2 answers, yes or no. But when it comes to the stock market, right, it's never about yes or no. It's about at this stage, now the market has pulled back a bit. What is the percentage that you want to enter? Everything is a percentage, right? Is it 40%? Is it higher, 60%? Right? It's a percentage. You guys can hear others. Let me mute. Everyone, right? You guys just be polite and just mute yourself. All right, if you are coming in. If you accidentally unmute yourself, please just mute yourself. And maybe later during the Q&A, if you want everyone to hear your voice, and later on I will unmute you. All right. But for now, you guys joining in, please just mute yourself. All right. Okay. All right. Everything okay? So I will just move on. So again, right, one of the first learning that you want to learn today, right, is not can enter or not. All right. For those of you who are in the Malaysia community, all right. So 我华语不是很好 but 你要问的不是可以进吗？是要问进多少 right? So use a percentage as a gauge. All right. Okay, all cool. So I will cover, what's the system, the advantages, and I'll share with you, how it looks like. And after that, I will do a demonstration of, how can you do it for your portfolio. Okay. How many of you are ready? All right. You are ready. Type ready in the chat box. All right. Okay, so before I move on to the portfolio system, right? So this system, I think I just use the same for myself, but over time I also share my students, and all of them find it quite useful. But I want to share how I came across this system. I did not wake up one day as an investor and then I just, hey, this system works very well. I just use it immediately. Right? It was through some frustrations that I came out with this system. So most investors, right, will face, as we begin our investing journey, we will face some common situations, right? 2 main situations, right? How many? 2, right? So these 2 situations are namely, number 1, the first situation or challenge that we will face is market is all-time high. How many of you feel that the market is like not all-time high, but like too high because it pulled back a bit? How many of you think the market is too high right now? Right? If you can relate with this, type relate in the chat box, right? Type me or type relate in the chat box. Now market is high, right? So first situation is always the market is too high, right? Market is too high, we cannot enter, right? We need to wait for market to drop first. So in March, right, when the COVID-19 happened and then market dropped, right, some of you guys also never take action, right? Because you don't know how much the market will drop. Well, now COVID-19, like this time is like really different, really serious, right? Or whatever is your favorite reason, right? There will always be a reason why, like every drop, there will always be a new reason, right? So market high, you cannot enter, but market drop already, you also cannot enter because you don't know how much more it will drop. Yes, right? Like there'll be favorite reason now. Like some people say, hey, now it's second wave. So there will be that reason. So like second wave or third wave or whatever the reason, or Donald Trump, you can enter into your favorite reason. Right? So you don't know how much the market will drop, all right, because of that. Right? So you realize then you're always stuck in this paradigm, right? Where you don't know what to do. All right. Market high, I cannot enter. Market drop because of whatever reason, second wave, third wave, Donald Trump election, trade wars or what, I also cannot enter. Do you see this is a real situation? All right. So what you want to do is you want to, and also I share this, I would say as an investor, when I just started out, and in my first few years, right, I also faced this situation, right? And what's the end result? Like if market high, you cannot enter. And if the market drop, you also cannot enter. Then the end result is what? Guys, tell me, what is the end result? If market high, you cannot enter, and market drop because of whatever is the reason, you also never enter, all right? Or never enter as much as you should enter, then what happened? No action taken, right? End result is no action taken, right? So I also face this kind of frustration too many times to count already. Like very frustrating. Market go up really, sometimes I never enter, I wait for pullback. Then pullback really, I never enter as I want to, because what if it get worse, right? Like, like all these thoughts. So I realized if I keep doing the same thing, and then this is the result I will get. So something need to change, right? Because if you do the same thing and to expect different result, Einstein called that what? Insanity. So I realized I need to have a plan that works for me, that can overcome these challenges, right? Two main challenges that you want to overcome, which is market at a high, what to do, market drop for whatever reason, what to do, all right? So this is something that you want to have in mind. So what is this system all about? Now, some of you guys might heard of this before, right? All right. And before that, let me share, why is this so powerful, all right? So obviously, my system that I'm going to share with you right now, right, is better tested, meaning that you have been through a lot of ups and downs, right? COVID-19, before COVID-19, I've been using it, it worked very well. And then this COVID-19, we dropped 40%, all right? My community, people who do it, and some of you guys are my students. If you guys have been following like the plan accordingly, right, you guys should be making very, very good profits, all right? And some of you guys might have heard of this saying before, like buy low, sell high. All right, sounds simple. When the price are low, you buy. When the price are high, you sell. All right. But how many of you think that following sounds simple, but to do it effectively might not be that easy. All right. Like you might find it a bit hard to be able to implement it, accordingly. Right. Why so? All right. Anyone can tell me like buy low, sell high, simple what? Who don't know? 3-year-old kid also know. Right. 3岁的小孩子也会 buy low, sell high. But why, is it that hard to implement? Anyone want to share? Like why you cannot predict? Some people say you cannot predict the markets. Anyone else? You don't define how. Everyone say don't know how to define what is low or high, right? You can't time the market. So all these are very, very good answers, right? So the key word here, right, is you need to have a plan, right? Over here, a plan refers to like an action plan or a system that can allow you to cover everything, right? Everyone type plan in the chat box, right? Type plan in the chat box. Make sure you have plan. So there's different kind of plan out there in the world that an investor can use, all right? But I just want to share my own plan, all right? So whatever I share today is just what I'm doing, all right? And it works very well for me, works very well for my students, my community. If you think it works well for you, you can use. If you think, it doesn't work, then it's okay, right? Right, I'm just sharing what I personally do. Okay, so what is a plan? So based on, if we use the buy low, sell high as a thesis, right? And we expand on it further. When markets are high, common sense will tell you that you don't enter everything, don't enter that much, right? You enter a smaller allocation, right? So the keyword here is smaller, 比较小，进比较少，不是没有进啊。That means it's not that you never enter, it's just you enter smaller. When markets are high, you have a smaller allocation, and when markets are low, all right, you want to buy, right? When buy low, sell high. So when markets are low, that means market price drop, you want to be buying a bigger amount. So for example, right now, like normally you don't do that much shopping, but when Great Singapore sale come along, when there is discount, you buy more, right? So when markets are low, you have a bigger allocation, right? So far still okay, right? You can understand this. When markets are high, you have a smaller allocation. When markets drop, you buy bigger, all right? You enter more, okay? So to expand on this further, right? Markets are high, small location. How does that work out? So it will look something like that. Let's say right now the market is all-time high. Like maybe not right now, but about close to it. So right now, as the market start recovering, we are almost to the all-time high, I would say. All right, you should be invested, but you want to have a smaller location. So it's not 0 or 100%. All right, it's a spectrum in between. So you want to use a percentage as a gauge. All right. So when markets are high, I can allocate perhaps 30%. 30 allocation means, let's say I have $10,000, right? I invest how much? 30% is how much? If I have $10,000 and I allocate 30%, is how much? How many thousand? 3K, right? So I will invest 3K. 3K I will invest in, I'll buy the stocks, and 7K I will hold as cash in my Think or Swim account. I don't touch, reserve, cash reserve. Okay, 没有动那个钱, cash reserve. So 3K, 7K. Make sense? Now, when market are low, then you want to enter more. So your 3K will increase, right? So let's say market crash. Right now it's COVID-19. So the next crash may be wave 2 or whatever reason. Not important, all right? Whatever reason you want to give it is a crash, all right? You give it a higher allocation. You realize when I'm going through this plan, right, it's all based on numbers. It's not based on why it dropped, all right? Drop means drop. The market dropped 30% or what? Discount means discount, right? You can be for whatever reason. You don't want to give a meaning to the reason. You just want to use the numbers, right? The market drop, that means the market drop, right? So you want to base it on percentage, all right? So if the market crash, right, I want to allocate more because when markets are low, I enter bigger, right? Over here, you can see my mouse? When markets are low, a bigger allocation. So when market crash, let's say COVID-19 or the next round, wave 2, all right, I enter a bigger allocation, 80%. Okay? So for this sharing, right, because I think in this sharing, there are people who don't understand my options also. So I just keep it to general allocation. But those of you who have like option understanding, you learn options before, yes, you can break it down into allocation. Like that means you can break it down into like different segments. That means some percentage you can buy and hold, some percentage you can like, I don't know, like sell put or buy lead call and whatsoever. All right. But for this sharing, for this 1 hour, I will not touch anything. I will not talk too much anything about option. All right. So, and if drop even more, all right, I will go in 100%. And later I will share with you a demonstration, right? Depending on how big your portfolio, what kind of the stocks that you should have. Of course, if your portfolio is small, then it's not realistic for you to have too many companies. Then you should have just a smaller allocation. If you only have 5 or 10K, then maybe you can start with 2 or 3 companies, all right? So this one, depending on your individual portfolio. Okay, so if drop even more, I will show hand. All right, I will all in and I will have 100% allocation. Okay, so how does it work? What 30% plus 80%? Yes, 30 plus 50 is 80%. Right, so this 80 is total. From 30 to 80 is to increase. You add a 50% increase. Right, that means you enter 5K more. Okay, so when market is at the high, you got 3,000, right? You increase, you enter 5K, total is 8K. Right, so I share with you. So some of you might not get it yet. Let me share with you in numbers. How does it look like? So I just use a 100K portfolio as a gauge, right? So it's easier to show you numbers. And I just use the SPX. SPX is the S&P 500 index, all right? So let's just say the top right now is 3,000. Right now, we are about 3,000 plus, all right? But I just round down to 3,000, easier to use, okay? So it's not exactly, but I just use as an example. It's easier to calculate, all right? So later on, I will just answer the questions accordingly. Let me cover everything first. All right. So let's say when the market is at a high, all right, like right now we are about 3,000 range. I will allocate maybe 30%. 30% of 100,000 is how much? It's 30K, right? Now, right now this is at the top. I need to have my bottom line, all right? 我的底线, my bottom line. What percentage am I willing to go all in? I need to have that figure. That figure can be different from some of you guys. Right? For me, it could be 30%. In market drop 30%. Okay, I'm willing to go all in because I think it's low enough. I can go all in. It's just like right now you go shopping. Some people want to wait for 50% discount then buy one. That's cool. Nothing wrong. Some people 30% discount or 20% discount can buy already. So this one depends on your individual preference. All right. So for example, if you think like most people will say like 50% drop is like quite severe lah. So 50% you're willing to go all in. Then your allocation will be 100% and you are all in. 100% means you're all in. Let's say your capital is 100K, you are 100K invested. All right. So Jen, you're asking like market go all-time high. What if they go a new all-time high, right? Then you use that as a new figure. So for example, let's say market right now is 3,000. If market go higher to 4,000, then the new all-time high is 4,000. Then your percentage will be based on the new 4,000, right? Whatever is a new high. Okay, good question. Now, after you have the top and the bottom, then you work out what's next, right? In between. So you want to work out, like let's say drop 10%, 20%, 30%, how you allocate, all right? So you realize as the market start dropping, I will be allocating more or less. Guys, if the market start dropping, right? The market start dropping, am I allocating more or less? Right, type in the chat box. More, right? So you want to entering more. So back to this, right? The top left over here. When markets are high, you enter just a bit. When markets are low, you start to enter more. So you want to break this down into tranches. All right. So it sounds, how many of you feel that this entering in tranches, right, it will help you give you a better clear plan, right? So let me share what are some of the advantages of this, right? Why, it sounds simple, right? But there are some hidden advantages, or I would say benefits or advantages of this plan. 好处在哪里? All right. Firstly, it's always good to have a plan. A lot of people approach the markets not knowing what to do. So some of you think a wave 2 is coming. Then so what? What are you doing about it? Right? What is your plan for it? Do you have a plan for wave 2 if it happens? Right? So you need to have a plan. Okay, it's like in this case here, I shared. I have a detailed plan. Wave 2 happens. If we drop how many percent, I'm going to enter how many percent. It's all here. Right? Any situation that the market can happen is accounted for in my spreadsheet. Does that make sense? If market keep going higher, I mean, cool. I have some allocation. In market drop, I also know what to do. Right? So I have a clear plan. So yeah, of course, you won't panic because some of you guys who have been investing, right, back in February, March, when the market dropped, how many of you know exactly you have a plan, right? How many of you actually right now you have a clear plan of what to do? If the next wave 2 drop, you I would say 100%, no one is perfect, but you more or less know what to do, right? If you know what to do, type me in the chat box. If you do not know or you feel that, hey, right now you don't have a plan and you want to learn, how can you want to have a plan for the next wave, right? Type no, right? Right, so one of the benefits of this, right? Let me go through the advantages first, and I will share with you a demonstration on how this works out. Right, one of the benefits is you are always investing, right, more at a lower price. All right, that means for you to buy more, it must be cheaper. Right, your good company must have a discount for you to buy more. Does it make sense? Because only the market drop, then you are entering more. Right, so this ensures, right, your risk to reward ratio is always better. Right, you're always investing at a lower risk. Next, you don't have to worry about market crash already because like market crash, I know exactly what to do. In fact, I want the market to drop. So let's say right now, I am about 30% allocated. All right, I don't mind the market drop right now. Let's go when wave 2. All right, why not? If the market drop, I can buy more at a cheaper price. So I actually don't mind a market crash. Do you realize? So I actually want it. All right, so I'm in neutral about the market. All right, and secondly, you want FOMO. FOMO means fear of missing out. You won't scared like why the market keep going higher? Because right now, if the market keep going higher, I mean, also cool. I have maybe 30%. So right now, let's say I have 30% or 40% allocation. If market drop, that's great. I can enter more. If market goes sideways, okay, I have 30%, all right, 30%. Like right now, you realize the market over the last 1 week, just now I mentioned, market kind of goes sideways, but the companies that I buy actually go up. So back to basics, the company that you have does not equal to the market, right? The general market, can move, but the companies that I have tend to outperform the market. So in the sideways market, the company that I have will tend to do better also, right? In general, they will also move up. But if the general market, right, like S&P 500, it goes up, that's even better. That means the companies that I have will go up even more. I might not have 100% allocation right now. Let's say I have only 30 or 40% allocation, but I'm still making money. Does it make sense? Right? How many okay so far? All right, you get until this part. Okay, type okay in the chat box. So in market sideways, don't have to do anything because I mean, like for me, if I am only 30 or 40% in and the market, like the last 1 week keep going sideways, no need to do anything, right? Not every day you need to do something on. Sometimes as an investor, the best thing you can do is do nothing, right? Okay, next, this plan. You see this, the plan I give you, is a template. Right? You can customize to your risk appetite. For example, when you drive a car, some people like driving a car faster, right? Because they can control the speed lah. But if I am a new driver, I just learned how to drive. Can I drive slower? Also can. So this percentage, right? Do you realize you can tweak according to your preference, right? Whatever numbers is stated here, right? If you feel like, hey, we can go down even more, then you tweak your numbers to be more conservative, right? You can, or if you are more aggressive, you think like, yeah, we won't drop so much right now. Let's say drop 20%, you can't willing to go all in, also can. So you can customize it to your own personal risk appetite. And most important, so that you won't miss the boat anymore. Right now, some of you guys are on the sidelines, not doing anything. You are out of the game. when the market drop, right, you might not be, fast enough to catch it also, right? So you want to be in the game. That means you want to have a certain, like right now, regardless of how the market is, you want to be invested at least a bit. You realize no matter how much the market is, up, down, like high or low or in between, I always am invested. It's just invested how much, right? It's a percentage. It's not 100% or 0%. It's somewhere in between. Like right now, I'm in 30%. It's somewhere in between, right? So if you can follow according to this plan, right, importantly, it will save you from yourself. A lot of times, like investors always have this mindset, hey, I wait for the market to crash first. I wait for the market to crash. Like in March, we crashed really, drop 30, 40, about 30, 40%. How many of you actually sit on the sideline and think, hey, it can drop even more? All right. So this is why sometimes having a clear plan will help you. Like, hey, you look at the numbers, you realize, hey, if the market drop 40%, if I follow this plan, the one stated on the bottom right corner, I should be how many percent in? If the market drop 40%, how many percent should I be invested? Type in the chat box. All right, how many percent should I be invested? 90%, right? 90%. So if you follow this plan accordingly, right, at least it will save, sometimes it will save you from yourself. Because a lot of times when the market drop, outside the news and all that could be very scary. What you want to do is don't let the news affect you. You realize your Excel spreadsheet, your plan, do not know what is the news. They only know, 40% drop already, time to enter. Do you realize that? So sometimes this will save you from yourself. If you miss like market drop and then you are still holding 100% cash, you did not get in, all right, did not follow the plan, then sometimes it's just like the person executing it. So you need to protect. So you realize you yourself is a variable also, all right? You also influence the outcome of your portfolio. So you want to protect, contingency. You want to protect yourself from thinking differently. Oh my God, this time is different. This wave, this COVID-19 will last longer and whatnot. All right. So how many actually thought that and then the market recover back, right? So and really as an investor, right, this is more on psychology. But I see it happen too many times, especially during a severe drop. Every time we drop more than like 20-30%, people start to panic and people start to think this time is different. Yes, every time is different, but every time is also the same. Every time the US market will just keep recovering. Every time. Yes, every time the market drop can be for different reason. Before Donald Trump was elected, the market also dropped before, but it also recovered. Does that make sense? So every time is different, and yet every time the market will recover. So since the market is going to recover every time, yes? Yes or no? The market is going to recover every time, yes or no? Type in the chat box. Since the market is going to recover every time, then, why are you not getting in? You know what I mean? Like, even if you drop a bit more, you think you will catch the exact bottom, you are not going to catch the bottom anyway. So why do you worry about how much more the market is going to drop? Focus on your own companies. All right? How many of you learned something so far? All right? How many of you learned something so far? Type me in the chat box. All right? So I will share. So I covered two things. I want to spend more time on the demonstration, and then I can, when you guys understand it, see it better, right? I will spend a bit of time to answer some questions. All right? But so far I covered, the portfolio system, what are the advantages, and how you can, entering at different tranches. Tranches means like you drop a bit, you enter a bit out. This is called tranches. And every time you enter at the tranches, right, you are always entering at a good price, right? You're always entering at a good price because why? For you to enter more, the market must drop, the stock that you're holding must drop. So you're always buying it cheaper. Okay, you can only buy it at a cheaper price. All right. Yes, you are supposed to hold for a long time. So after you buy already, you hold it. All right. But if the timing is not right, let's say market is at a high, you only hold a certain percentage. So yes, you are holding it for the, your long-term investor, you're holding it, but the percentage of your portfolio will be different. And later on in the demonstration, I will share a bit more on this. All right. So I have also something I want to ask you guys. If you guys learn, those of you that learn, right, do me a favor, right, and give me a shout out, all right, on social media, Facebook or Instagram. If I share on Instagram, right, tag me on your Instagram stories, all right. And in return, what I will do for you, right, is after today you learn something, you go and revamp your portfolio. I will personally review your portfolio for you. What stocks you have, because everyone got different amount, different your thing of swim right now might have different basket or what companies that you want, right? So I will help you review your portfolio, give you a quick review and see what companies you have, right? And what companies you might want to switch out. Right? And those of you who are not in my Telegram channel already, please join. All right, I will, because most of the stuff that I share, like anytime I want to do live trading, if the opportunity is good, if I have any stock tips I want to share, it will be shared in my Telegram channel. So please join my Telegram channel to make sure you don't miss it out. All right, I will just paste the link over here. So let me move on to my demonstration. All right, let me share my Excel spreadsheet. So using Excel is just easier to bring the point across. Okay, give me a while. Okay, can see? So what you can see my Excel? So firstly, right, what you need to do is you need to derive how much capital you have, right? So for this example, I will just use 10,000. Can you guys see my Excel spreadsheet? Okay, right. You can see, just type a can in the chat box. Awesome. Now, so everyone has got different amounts. Some is 5,000, some is 10,000, some is 30,000, any amount, all right? But you need to have the amount. And then decide, right, what companies you want to have. Right, your companies will be different from mine. That's okay. All right, I'm just using the companies that I shared in my earlier sharing. Right, where I share you the 5K portfolio. What are the companies that I personally will have and why so? All right, so if you miss it, please go and watch it. All right. Now, so let's say I have Square, JD.com, C Limited, and Tesla. Right, so you want to have the companies and then your capital. After that, you need to derive the percentage. All right, how many percent onto each company? Usually the percentage will be the more conviction you have in a company, you will have a higher percentage usually. So for here, right, I will just do a roughly about 20-25% each. So total, right, it will add up to 100%. So far, okay, quite straightforward. Tesla, I have a bit lesser because Tesla is quite volatile. So for me, I just 20%, right? And JD and C, I think I am a bit more confident. I'll give 27%. It doesn't really matter that much. Your percentage, right, don't have to be very exactly. Right, sometimes this is the plan, but in your, let's say your real plan, your amount, because every day the market will move up and down. So your percentage could be on your actual thing of swing could be a bit higher, lower every single day. The numbers will be different. It's okay. Don't have to adjust every day. No need. Right, every 1 or 2 weeks or every 1 or 2 months, then you adjust. It's okay also. All right. Everyone can hear me? Some people are saying no sound. Everyone can hear me loud and clear? You guys can hear? Okay, can So I think Juno, maybe is your sound system. But you want to check it out. All right, cool. Okay, after that, right, now that you have this, you want to work out the percentage job, which is what you guys learned today. All right, percentage job. So this is all-time high. All right, this is the market all-time high. So let's say market right now is S&P is about all-time high was about 3,004. Right, it's all-time high, and currently we are about 3,000 plus, about there, correct? So right now we are currently about minus 10% from the top. So right now this is currently where we are, and then you have minus 20 to 30, 40, 50, etc. So you have all-time high, and then you have every single percentage. Of course, you can do more, all right? You can stretch like minus 60, so on and so forth. Okay, so you guys get the idea. Now, what is next, right? Is you want to think about what percentage job you are willing to go all in. All right, what percentage job are you willing to go all in? Okay, so over here, right, to keep things simple, I'm just using the general market as a guide, the percentage job. All right, because generally, if the stock market were to drop, the stocks that I have, they will tend to mirror relatively suit also. But your individual allocation, you can, later I'll cover more on it, like because different companies, let's say the market drop 20%. Your individual companies will drop by different percentage, yes? And later I'll cover, if you drop by different percentage, how you play around that. But I'm just using the general market as a guide. Now, you need to find out, right, what percentage job are you willing to go all in? Is it minus 50%? Is it minus 30%? All right, this one is subjective, up to your individual. All right, it's like people who go shopping. Some people want to wait for 80% discount and buy one. All right, some people 20% discount, they can buy already. Right, so this one up to you. Maybe just type in the chat box, all right? What percentage job are you willing to go all in one? That means you, like let's say your 10K, you all invest one. Type in the chat box. Some people, Chen Hao say 30%, some say 50%. Right? Most people will be 30, 50, somewhere around there. There's no right or wrong. So again, the beauty of this system is that you can customize it to your own personal preference. All right? Some people go all in first. All right? Some people say, hey, wait, your percentage is how much? I want to be more conservative. Can. No right or wrong. All right. So 40%, 30%, etc. For me personally, I am around 30%. If the market dropped 30%, I'm willing to go all in because I don't think that right now we are about here. I don't think the next job wave 2 or wave 3 or whatsoever we will drop that much. And also because the company I am invested. So two reasons. One, I do not think the whole market will drop more than 30%. It's just my personal bias, right? It's not a recommendation. It's just what I believe in. I need to believe in something, right? I cannot see, like, it's just like, I don't know, like different people have different religion, what you believe in, right? Like for me, in the stock market, I believe the max will drop. The next drop is only maybe 25 or 30%. So I'm willing to go all in here. Reason number one. Reason number two is that the companies that I choose, right, will tend to do relatively well regardless of the general market. For example, JD.com is an e-commerce company. If wave 2 happen, that means, more people have to be locked at home, start at home again. More people will shop online. Yes, like do e-commerce shopping online. These companies will tend to do well. Like C Limited is also Shopee, like Southeast Asia e-commerce. All right. So the companies that I've chosen, I will say they are not just they're COVID-19 resilient. That means, they're COVID-19 recession proof. All right, and they tend to perform well actually. Okay, so make sure your companies that you have in your portfolio will tend to outperform, will tend to do well in the post-COVID era. Now, after I have the all-in tranche, right? So all-in tranche is over here. All-in means I have 100% allocation, so I'm 100% all-in, and cash 0%. So total is 10K all right? 100% is 10K. So about okay? And because I already got the allocation on my left side, right? This one, I just do it accordingly. So for example, 10K, so it's 10,000 times 0.25 because 25%. It should be how much? 25K. Sorry, 2005. We are used to large amount, about 2005, correct? So your all-in tranche, right, will be, the figures will be based on the percentage here. Right? So in this system, right, you want to do the last tranche first. Okay? Focus on do the last tranche first because you need to have your bottom line first. 你的底线，你要算好先，你的底线在哪里？ You want to plan out what is your bottom line that you're willing to go all in first. All right? And okay, can we keep the individual questions to later on? I want to cover everything, and then some of the individual question or any part you miss, I will come back to it. Cool? All right? Is that cool with everyone? Now, once I have the last initial tranche, I will work out the first tranche. All right? If the market is at the all-time high, that means we assuming the market never drop, and we just keep pushing higher, what is my allocation? Right? For me, because I think that we have already crashed 2 months ago, 3 months ago in March, I think the next few months or years will be quite a good bull run. So I want to make sure I have significant position. I might not have 100%, but I have a decent enough figure over here. For me, it's 40%. Right? For you, can be lesser. You can be 30%, you can be 20%, you can be 60%, 80%, whatever. All right. For me, it's 40%. So 40% of 10K will be 4K. All right. So my initial tranche over here, when the market is at a high, it will be how much? So over here is the same now. All right. Equal to 0.25 times 4K, which is about $1,000. All right. So my initial tranche. Okay. So before that, right, I want to work out. So over here is, before I work this out, I want to work out in between first. All right. I want to work out what is in between. That means my second tranche, third tranche, so on and so forth. If the market dropped 10%, I'm going from 4K, I'm increasing another 2,000. Does that make sense? I add in. Does it make sense? Everyone okay so far? All right, if okay so far, type okay in the chat box so I know you guys are cool and I can move on. Okay, so I work out the initial allocation. 4K, if I just 25% each, is about 1,000. All right. So this one by right should be a bit more, this one a bit less. But you realize Tesla right now is about 1,000, right? The share price about 1,000, which means minimum allocation for Tesla is 1,000. So this figure cannot go less than 1,000 because I like Tesla, right? If you don't like Tesla, then it's easier for you. But for me, I cannot go. You get what I'm trying to say, right? I cannot go like 4,000 times 0.2, right? Because Tesla is more than $800. So I need minimum is over here. So it's okay. You know, if the percentage is a bit higher, a bit different, it's cool, all right? So I have 1,000 each at the start. So don't have to follow exactly, but roughly I know it's like that. If I deviate a bit, it's cool, right? It's fine. All right, let me just mute everyone. So guys, don't accidentally mute yourself, all right? Then after I have the initial wave, I work out in between now. Second wave, third wave, so on and so forth. All right. Second wave, right, is right now. Current, current means where we are right now. All right. So you realize just now from here to here, Tesla, I have to increase in a percentage basis. Sorry, Tesla, right, I have to increase in $1,000 basis. That means every time I buy one new Tesla shares, is extra 1,000. Right, I cannot go like 1,500 or 1,800, cannot. All right, so it's either I go like that or over here, what I will do is I keep it to 1,000, but I take the remaining, I spread across here. So maybe here is I don't know, 1,000, 1,006, 1,006, and then here add up to how much? 4,002, 1,008. Does that make sense? I can do this because for me, specifically my Tesla is one share $1,000, very expensive. So bobian, I have to do this, but it's cool, all right? But for the most part of it, if you can follow accordingly to the percentage over here, then that will be the best, right? So I have my second tranche, and then I work out my third tranche, all right? So third tranche, again, recap, position is how much based on whatever I plan out, okay? Like, sounds simple enough, right? How many of you think this is simple so far? Actually quite okay, I can do this, like, you know, it's not that hard. I practice a bit, I can do this. How many of you think you can do this one? Type me. Right? So sounds simple. Let me tell you what's the hard thing. The hard thing is following this. Following this. When the market starts dropping, like in March, market starts dropping, the hard part is actually following to your plan. Like the market actually dropped. So this was actually kind of my plan to go, maybe not the same companies, but because my real portfolio is a bit bigger, but I have a plan to go all in around here, all right, about minus 30%, all right? And in fact, I just share, can I be very real with you guys? In fact, just me as I would say I'm quite experienced as an experienced investor, I also get caught up in the, oh my God, why if they keep dropping lower? So over here, when I should be 100% all in, I'm at only maybe 90+% all in. I still keep a bit of reserve. I just scared, right? So nothing. So I want you guys to know that if you never follow accordingly, you deviate a bit, it's cool, all right? It's not end of the world. Like no one will blame you or anything like that. But if you can, but you realize, the more you follow, like the more you can stick close to it, your results will be about that. Does that make sense? Okay. So far, okay, all right. And let me share with you again. So this is just a simple plan, and I mentioned again for today exercise. I do not, break out into, let's say this 1,500 here, right? What you do with it. Do you just buy and hold the shares? Do you sell put? Do you buy lip call? Right? I will not cover options for this, but those of you with options background, those of you who learn options from me before, you can do this, right? You can break down this 1,500 into like some of it could be lip call, some of it could be buy some shares. You can divide accordingly into different allocation based on what you guys have learned. Okay, so again, just to recap, those of you who like this sharing, all right, give me a shout out. It's free for you. Just give me a shout out on Facebook, on Instagram, just to help me to get more brand awareness. And what I do for you in return is I will review your portfolio, all right? And I just want to recap some of the, so now that you see this, right, I want to recap some of the benefits, right? Firstly, this is a clear plan. Pretty good. Market, right now we are here. Market keep going higher. I know what to do. I will trim off some profits, but I still have some positions. If market drop, I also know what to do. I will allocate more. If market drop more, I will allocate more. I know what to do. Yes, market go up, I know what to do. Market go down, I know what to do. Market go sideways, I also know what to do. I do nothing. Correct? And do nothing, is it good? It's good, Just now I shared. Okay, those of you who missed the earlier part, let me just share back my slides. Okay, give me a while. So these are the companies I mentioned, right? So when the market is going sideways, which is the black line, the general market is the S&P 500, right? Over the last 1 week or 2 weeks, right? The market is kind of flat, drop a bit, but the companies that we have, or the companies I have, all right, it actually went up a bit. So sometimes doing nothing and watch your company grow is the best thing to do. If the market is sideways, like the percentage, don't need to tweak, then you don't need to tweak. Do nothing. Don't do something for the sake of doing something. Okay, how many of you understand this? All right, type okay in the chat box. Type okay in the chat box. Okay, so back to this. You have a clear plan and you're always investing more at a lower price. For example, let's say right now, we are here. You have $1,005 worth of Square. And Square right now is at about $100, yes, per share. Which means let's say you start today, and you buy 1,005 worth. That means you have 15 shares of Square, all right? If the market drop down, all right, you want to enter $500 more, correct? $500 more of Square. But the price will not be $100, ma. Let's say Square, I don't know drop how much. Sometimes it might drop a bit more, sometimes it might drop a bit less. But let's just say it also dropped about 10%. So if the price is at $90 and you can buy $500 of Square, you can buy how many? About 5, right? So you can buy 5 new shares. Does that make sense? Then do you realize there will be leftover? So in the leftover is fine. Okay, you do not have to be exactly one. Roughly can already. So the beauty of this is also, it's not exact science to it. You are not building a rocket spaceship here. All right, you don't have to be like very precise. Roughly can already. Okay. Okay, let me take away all this. All right, and you don't have to worry about the market crash. Why? Because if right now we are here, if the market crash, not too bad, I can enter more at a lower price. So you want yourself to be positioned as an investor. You want yourself to be positioned neutrally. That means where we are right now in terms of how my portfolio is allocated, I don't mind if the market drop. I don't mind if the market go higher also. Either way, I'm cool. If I'm allocated like this, if the market go higher, okay lah, I make some money. If the market drop, also okay lah, I can invest more. So you see, either way, I'm okay. So you want to be positioned like this. You do not want to be too skewed, right, to one side. That means, let's say if right now, if you instead of 60%, you are maybe 100%. Why I keep hearing baby? Today we have a young crowd. Okay, let me mute everyone. Okay, cool. Right, but if you have 100% allocated instead and market drop right now, you might feel a bit sian. Yes? All right. So your allocation need to be tweaked accordingly. All right, just nice. It's just like if I'm eating rice, I eat nasi lemak, I will add chili, right? If I add too little chili, not sure. If I add too much chili, wow, very spicy. So the right amount, right? So you need to, your allocation over here, you need to have the optimal percentage between your cash and your positions. So that cool? All right. And then some questions, right? Like, so Jen is asking if the broad market, the general market drop, but let's say, is it possible, let's say the market from here drop 10%, but on that day, Square go up. On that day, or the Square go up instead. Is it possible? It is possible, right? If Square go up, right, what I will then do, so let's say over here is minus 10%, but let's say Square go up, all right, I will enter the companies, right, that drop the most. I will take the money here. I might not enter into Square because on that day it bounced up instead. And it might tend to happen like that because the companies that you choose are COVID-19 resilient. So let's say the general market dropped because of wave 2, or next time is wave 3. Companies like, let's say Zoom or Netflix or Facebook might go up because more people stay at home and watch Netflix, right? It's possible. So if the share price go up, I will enter the money into the companies that drop the most on that day. Maybe that day Tesla dropped the most, right? I will enter Tesla more instead. So the percentage, if you go down into details, you have to break into like which one on that day dropped the most. So you can stagger out your tranches. You don't have to, every company, let's say you have 4 companies, you don't have every company enter the same amount. Don't have to. You can stagger out the tranches. That means, let's say over here, like here to here, you realize I never enter that much. And if it drop, maybe 4 Square, I don't enter lah. I keep it the same. And maybe, let's say on that day, C Limited drop more. I enter more lah. Does that make sense? So roughly is roughly like that. Okay? Sandra is asking, yes, the percentage drop, which is over here, is based on I think that's not I covered, is based on the general market. So for me, I use the SPX as an index. The highs was about 3400. All right, 3400. Okay, I'm going to make one of you, somehow I'm going to make you the co-host. You help me, if you can, right, help me just keep muting everyone if it gets a bit loud. All right, is that cool? All right, thanks, go. Awesome. Okay, it's getting a bit irritating. You just figure it out how to mute everyone, okay? So, okay, what was I going to say? Yeah, so you can stack out the tranches, right? Like if you don't have to like market job, you don't have to all enter at the same time. You can spread it out, all right? Some companies on the day you can enter, some companies you can wait for the next job to enter more. Okay? Okay, then my son, forget about it, all right? What about the rest? All right, so far I covered pretty much everything for the so this is quite a basic plan, right? Quite a basic plan. And you know, in our community, for some of my students, those of you who are here, you know, I actually all right, don't accidentally mute me. Okay. All right. So yeah. So you can actually go more detail into it, but for this is just a general sharing. There's a lot of people here who are more basic. So I just want to do a general sharing for those of you guys. So the key emphasis I want to emphasize here is right now we are about here. Okay. Don't worry about your companies that you want to buy is at all-time high. So case in point, let's say Tesla right now is about 1,000. It's a high, right? Correct? Right now Tesla all-time high is 1,000. So in the first place, right, when I choose these companies, it is because these companies, why I buy these companies in the first place? Because I think they're growth companies, they will do well, they tend to do well, better than other companies. They're the best of the best, yes? So the best of the best, their share price will keep going up or down. Type in the chat box, their share price will keep going up or down. The share price will keep going up. So you as an investor, you must be comfortable knowing that Tesla share price will just keep going up, which means you must be comfortable buying the company at a higher price. That means like you keep averaging up. Let's say let's say you start with 5K or 10K, a small portion, but every month, your salary, you will take a bit of savings and you will top up, right? So if you top up new money, your 10K might become 12K, etc. And then, 12K, all right, and then 15K, so and so forth. So you will start to top up from your salary come in, right? When the money come in, and then you divide the percentage accordingly, this amount should go up, which means you need to buy more, correct? And every time you are buying more, you will be buying at a higher price. But it's cool, all right? Be comfortable buying at a higher price. So be comfortable, learn to be comfortable. Averaging up, all right? Not averaging down. Because why? The companies that I have just keep getting better and better. Will just keep going up. So I'm very used to that. Conversely, if you have a company that gets cheaper and cheaper, is it because the company is not that good? That is the reason why I don't buy in the first place. Okay, so you want to be comfortable averaging up. So I give you a case in point. Let me share. Okay, can see my Google, right? So one of my favorite companies, right? Visa. So over the last 10 years, most of you guys who are my students, you know my favorite company is Visa lah. All right, and I mentioned why. Let's say I go back 10 years ago and you know Visa is good. Let's say I put you in a time machine, I send you back 10 years ago. Right? Then you don't know anything about investment. You remember Wei Ming tell you that Visa is a good company. So you buy at $20. In 2010, you buy at about $20, huh? Okay? 2019. 2 years later, the price is 25. All right, it go up already. Should you sell the shares? All right, so this is the thing. If everyone write down, please have a piece of paper, write down. If the company is good, all right, and it hit a new high, don't be too eager to sell your shares. All right, if it's a good company, you can hold it one. Okay, don't care about is it over. For me personally, I think overvalued is overrated lah. Like good companies should be like good brands. People are willing to pay. Why do you pay so much for Ferrari or a sports car? Because the brand is good, the car is good. So good companies will just keep getting better. So don't be too eager to sell. In fact, you should buy more. Over the, let's say from 2010 to 2012, I work, I make some money, I will buy more at a higher price. Okay? And then in 2015, wow, the price become $55. Then you might think, wow, if I go back, I buy more at $20, that's great. But you cannot go back in time. What you can do is, let's say you are in 2014, the year 2014, what you can do, and if you know Visa is a good company, you just buy at a higher price, is okay. You guys get the point, right? And then the price will just keep going up. So good companies will just keep getting better. Same for Amazon, all right? Let's say 10 years ago, the price is $200. $200 10 years ago is overvalued also, all right? Then after 2014, $300 also overvalued. Then now you reach $1,000, also overvalued. $2,000 also overvalued. Now 2006 already. So don't be too afraid of the share price at an all-time high now. Worry about, is it a good business? Right? So you pay a bit more, it's fine one. Okay, let's say you buy Tesla at $1,000, it dropped to 800. So what? It's cool. All right. You won't get in. Okay, so this one thing you want to know. Just tell yourself, you are the world unluckiest investor, like me. I'm in the world unluckiest. Every time I buy, the share price will drop first. All right, but it's okay because the share price I get in, the matter at the high price or what, it will always recover if it's a good company. Let me ask you, like go back to Visa. Over the last 10 years, I ask you, when is the best time to buy? Over the last 10 years, when is the best time to buy for Visa? Tell me in the chat box. When is the best time to buy? Anytime lah. Anytime you got money, is the best time to buy. Then when is the best time to sell? When is the best time to sell? Never. All right. The best time to sell is never. All right. So only use this. So this criteria, right? Whatever I just said, only use it if the company you have is good. So back to basics is what? Get the stock selection right. If your stock selection is not good, like some bad, we are very bad to do this, but let's say the company you choose is not good, what time, when you buy, when you sell, also not important already. Does that make sense? Focus on getting the good companies in the first place. All right. Don't focus so much on what price to buy. You know, is it all-time high or what? Focus on finding a good company. You realize if you find a good company, right? Like let's say Apple, okay, or Facebook. Sometimes you might buy at not the best price, all right? But it's cool, all right? The share price will just keep going up. If you can time it here, then great lah, all right? But you might not be the world best timer. Even you buy over here at $97, also at the high, also not too bad. Okay, so don't be too focused on timing the market. The best investors that I know, right, besides myself, I would say investors who are better than me, none of them are focused on timing the market. Okay, so that will give you a clue on how important timing the market is, whether the market is at a high right now, whether the prices are too high, right? It's not as important as you think. Well, these are some of the, I would say some of the mistakes that beginner investors will make, all right? Okay, so I don't want to answer some individual questions like Wirecard. So there's some news about it, like I would say the shareholder fraud. Find companies that don't have this kind of situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do you want to get yourself mixed up into companies that are dealing with some whatever situation, like the earnings is not good, there's some cases of fraud. Find a company, your portfolio might be limited, right? Find companies that don't have such issue, that are clear, they have a clear pathway ahead for you for them to move forward. All right. Don't like, you are not there to save the company. All right. So don't need to do all this kind of funny thing. Okay. Very good question from Alvin. When will I sell the stock? So I will sell the stock for two reasons. Right. Only I will take primarily two reasons. Let me go somewhere I can write. Where is my? Okay, I'll just write here. When to sell? Two reasons. Number one, all right, if the investment thesis change. Investment thesis change. That means like one of the reasons why I invested in Visa is because it's growing. It's a good company, economic mode. The mode is strong. It's growing at 20% year after year. It's a good compounder. But right now with this COVID-19, I think I shared like in April, I trimmed my position in Visa because I think people are still not spending that much. All right, like people spend a lot on traveling, on holidays or like shopping. But right now you don't actually see it. So Visa, their growth for the next few quarters, is it going to drop? It might drop, and I'm not sure how is that going to happen. So if the thesis change, that might be one of the reasons to sell. For example, if I invest in Tesla because I believe in the founder, all right, like Elon Musk. If touch wood, tomorrow something happened to him, touch wood, because I have a lot of Tesla shares. If something happened to Elon Musk, then I might sell. If he's assassinated, if he died in a car accident, then I might sell. All right. So this that could be one of the reasons to sell. Like the thesis is no longer intact because the founder of the company is no longer there. Right? That might be the reason to sell. That means why you invested the money in the company in the first place has changed. It's just like why you like a girl in the first place. All right, if it's the reason why you like her is no longer there. Okay, all right, sorry, bad example, but just use investing as an example, right? If the reason why you invest in it is no longer there, then you might want to exit your position, all right, or take profits and cut your positions. Number two, right, is if there is a better utilization of the funds. That means the money that I have right now, for example, I think Visa is still a good company, right? Not that bad. But if there is a better company that I think I can put my funds on, then I will switch, right? So for example, like this year, after March, right, I realized that Visa and MasterCard there are still good companies, but they might not be the best companies out there. In fact, if I were to talk about payment gateway companies, there will be companies like PayPal and Square that might be doing better with this COVID situation, post-COVID, right? There was try post-COVID. So what I did was I cut here, my Visa and MasterCard, and I increase here. So if there's which lead to point number two, all right, this point here. Second reason, if it's a better use of the funds. So if you realize the last few months, I would say Visa and MasterCard, they recover, but I think PayPal and Square actually went up a bit more, all right? So let me share. So I did the switch. I seldom cut out companies, but as and when I feel that there's a need to do it, I will do it accordingly. So let's say I just show you a chart of Visa. Okay, this is Visa, and we have MasterCard. So Visa and MasterCard, right, their share price will kind of go hand in hand, like it's kind of together, right? Over the last few years, it's kind of side by side one, roughly there. But around in March, as the market started to recover, then I think like, hey, with this COVID-19, it's not going to be over so soon. People are still going to start at home. And when people are going to start at home, buy things online, I would say a lot of transactions will go through PayPal, right? So I thought, hey, PayPal might be a better company. And PayPal is not a bad company in the first place, right? But with this, so PayPal all along has been doing well. But with this COVID situation, you realize like the company might do even better relative to Visa. So I make the switch to PayPal, and Square is an up and coming company. I think, you know, is an innovator or disruptor company that I believe the vision, I invest in it. So can you see if you have kept, let's say over here, if you are holding Visa, I shared my community, all right, and you wait for it to recover, that's cool, man. Hey, Visa recover what? Yes. But it's not about Visa or the companies that you have recover, break even or not. That's not important. It's about what is the best use of the funds. If I can put it over here, if I take a loss on, yes, I take a loss on Visa, all right, temporarily. Let's say you buy here, right? You don't know Visa, you don't know, let's say on Chinese New Year, you buy into Visa and MasterCard, and you do not know this COVID-19 is going to happen. No one's known also, but you drop, you make some loss. But if you took the loss and you shift the funds over to, let's say, PayPal, is it a better use of the funds? Okay, let me know, is it a better use of the funds? So back to this, this one is very important. So always ask yourself, what is the most optimal, what is the best use of your money? All right, it's not about what companies you have right now, what price you buy before, not important. Whether I need to wait for it to recover first. A lot of investors, right, they die want to use the money, wait for it to recover first before they switch. I know PayPal is a better company, but I want to wait for Visa to recover first. That is a wrong way of thinking, right? So your opportunity cost of waiting for your company to recover first before you switch is very high. It's very painful. Okay, so don't make that mistake. All right. Okay, so let me answer some questions. So let me just go up. Okay, so how many of you learned something from this? Like, this is a bit extra, but I thought it's from an investor perspective could be benefit some of you guys. How many of you learned something from this? Right. So I want to just keep this sharing short, but let me try to answer some questions. You know, I don't do this. I don't see you guys every day, right? And I have my dinner already. Okay, so I can share a bit more until the market open. So Nev is asking, do you sell the stock when you know for sure there's a Nev? If I know for sure there's a stock market is going to drop, I won't be here doing this. I'll be locked up somewhere because I came from the future. All right. So no one can predict the future, lah. All right. So since no one can, you realize, so again, it's back to the plan. Do you realize in this plan, is there anything about prediction? So in this plan, there is nothing about prediction. In fact, I don't need to predict. I don't care, like, doesn't matter. The market can do whatever it wants. I have a plan for it. Whatever situation the market can throw at me, I am adapt to deal with it. So it's like you are like a general in war like that. Your troops, your soldiers is your $10,000 or whatever amount you have. It's about what's the best use to deploy them, when to attack, when to defend, right? 孙子兵法, right? Like out of war, right? You need to know, and I can't predict that much, all right? So nothing about prediction. Don't need to predict also, okay? Don't need to predict the market. So the best thing about this plan is you don't need to predict the market. Right? So no one can predict the market, but the best use of this plan is you don't need to predict the market. It doesn't matter how the market is going to turn out. I just follow accordingly. And whatever scenario turn out, right? Market go up, market goes down, market goes sideways. I'm okay. And you realize another thing is this plan does not care about reason or the news. Okay? So this plan does not care about the reason or the news. All right, why you drop, why you go up. All right, because you realize that most of the time the reason or the news is the after effect, cause and effect. All right, the market go up, then the people who write the news will say, oh, because of what. The market go down, then the people who write the news will say because of what. So most of the time the news is noise. All right, so most of this stuff is noises. As the investor, right, especially right now in the digital era, there is no lack of news. But there's in fact over paralyzed. Like there's too much news out there that can make you do the wrong thing, right? So what you want to do is you want to cut off all this nonsense, right, and focus your focus, right, on what's important. And what's, I would say, in this digital age, right, one of the things that not just an investor but anyone need to do, right, is knowing what is important, right? Everyone also know focus on what is important. But as an investor, what is important for you? So for me, what I think is important is focusing on my companies. So a lot of people are focusing on prediction and all that. But what am I focusing on is my companies. All right, focus on this is important. Because if I invest in Square instead of Visa, can you see my return is a bit different already? Over the last 1 week, instead of investing in the market, I have these companies, I'm up quite a bit, right? Right, so focus on the companies and focus on like your percentage. Get it right, all right? Like if the market drop, let's say the market really dropped 30%, all right? And okay, so one of the things is also, especially if you're new and you never encountered a drop before, when the market drop, right, it's just like a soldier, first time in war, right? Like really war breakout already, you don't dare to pull the trigger because you are new, right? So what you want to do, right, is as a beginner, try to make this percentage more conservative, more reassuring for you. So instead of like 100%, let's say market drop 30%, are you sure you will confirm will go all in at 100%? Maybe not. So what you want to do is you want to give it a bit of buffer. So this is my plan. All right, you might want to be a bit more conservative. You might want to, instead over here, you can be like 20-80 lah, okay? Or 10-90, I don't know. Then maybe 40%, then you go all in. Or maybe 50%, then you go all in, okay? So here is 0, and then maybe here, you are only like 90. Okay, so at least there is more, this will be more comfortable to you, especially if you are new. So have more buffer put into your plan, especially if you are a new investor. Okay, what other question I missed? Right. So Alvin, how to be a good investor? Focus on finding good companies. What are the new companies out there? So extra tip, okay. How many of you guys want to learn more? Don't mind learning more. I've been going on a bit, but how many of you guys don't mind learning a bit more? Type more in the chat box. So I think recently there's this what we call a service businesses, SaaS businesses, all right? These are called software. You can just Google software as a service. So I think as we move into the digital era, especially with this COVID-19, right, these companies, right, they will tend to perform very well, like companies like Datadog, right? I think other trainers also share all these companies before, right? Some these are some of the companies that I think will do very well in the post-COVID area. So as an investor, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing every day? Besides just, I don't spend my time looking at my thing on swim, whether today market go up or whether my portfolio go up or down how much is irrelevant. Focus on improving my stock selection. All right. So Nick, you're asking if I'm doing a long-term buy call. Yeah, if you do a long-term buy call, you can look to sell it next time, or you can roll it perpetually, depending on how you do it. If you learn from me, all right, how to do a lip call, you will know that my lip calls sometimes are perpetual. It means I do a lip call on it, and let's say I do a lip call on Square, right? Because it's a 2-year lip call, but once we get into the last 1 year, I will just roll it to the next expiration. So I don't want to go too much into options for today, all right? Why I pick SE meaning C Limited. So C Limited. So actually, I learned this. I first discovered this company from Calvin Sito. Right, he's a very good investor, and he also teach growth investing. Right, can check it out. Check him out on online. So C Limited, right? They own 2 of their main businesses, right? Are like online shopping, like Shopee lah, right? And online gaming, which I will say right now in the post-COVID era with wave 2, wave 3 coming, if you are doing these 2 business, you cannot be that wrong. All right. And C Limited, their parent company is Tencent. So if you have Tencent as your big brother, funding you and all that, I think it's pretty okay. So how I see C Limited, right? They are like the Amazon of Southeast Asia. They are following Amazon model. So some of you might say, hey, but it's not profitable yet. Yes. So these new companies, right? They don't focus on profitability that much. It's just like, okay, most of you guys are from Singapore. You will know like Grab. When they first start out, they don't focus on profitability. They focus on attracting the customer first. More and more people use them, then their competitors will die off. So they want to get the customers first. And because Tencent can just keep funding them, it's not an issue. Does not mean that they cannot be profitable. They can, but they don't want to be profitable yet, right? If they want to be profitable, they can do it anytime. For example, if they Shopee, they start charging their sorry. You start charging the customer like $1 for delivery, you will pay or not? Let's say Shopee charge you $1 for delivery, you will pay, right? Just $1 or $2 extra, they will profitable already. So don't worry. So these companies, right, don't look for profitability. Look at how much their revenue is growing quarter to quarter. All right, how much the gross margins are growing yet. All right. So NG is asking, Mitch, the March lows as the guru I follow ask you to keep shorting. Your guru is not me, huh? Just to clarify. All right. Is it too high to enter 80% now? So NG, you follow this plan. Right now we are here. So you realize this plan, whatever I shared, also did not care about what you did previously or did not do previously. The market, your $10,000, do not know, or whatever your money is right now, do not know how much profit or loss you make previously. The money only know it's money. And only when you deploy them correctly, then it's the best use. So it's not, so what I'm trying to say here, it's not about the past. So whatever you just share, right? Like your, whatever the past you miss or did not miss, or you made a lot of profit in the past, does not have no, what call that? Should not affect how you see the future. This plan does not care about how much profit I make or did not make last time. So don't use that to anchor. You know what I mean? It's just like if you go into, I don't know, a new relationship, don't use your previous experience to, you know what I mean? So I hope this analogy works for you. Right. So right now we are here. You can go in 80% if you want, but personally, I think I can go in maybe 50 or 60%. I think most investors I know, those who are, you see, over here, this is really subjective. Can you go all in at 100%? Sure. But if the market drop, as long as you don't care that much, it's okay, because your companies will come up anyway, right? So you can be 100% in. But are you okay if you are 100% in right now and the market drop like minus 40%? Will you choose the worst possible time to sell shares? All right. Some of you, maybe I will. And then you are the guy who do it opposite. You buy high and sell low, right? So sometimes this percentage is because based on your own appetite, all right? So this one I cannot share for everyone. It's just like some people like to take roller coaster because they enjoy it, but some people take roller coaster, right? They will vomit after that, like me. So if you do not want like too much of this, then I will suggest you be a bit more conservative lah, especially if you are new, all right? I mentioned again, if you're new, go for the buffer, all right? So, and Jimmy, is it more systematic to use technical? So those of you who have technical analysis background, buy a support, sell resistance, yes, you can. Sometimes I use technical to help me that much. But the key thing I want to emphasize is even if you don't use technicals, technical analysis, look at charts, you will also do pretty well. Right? You also do pretty well. So I would say you can use it to supplement, you know, but if you don't have, or you don't like to look at chart, you're too busy or don't know how to, it's fine also. Focus on the things that are important, which is choosing the companies. Anything that I say, so you see, every time a guru, okay, let's say for myself, every time I do a sharing, right, whatever I say is specific for a reason. Anything I say is important. Anything I did not say I left out, right, is also for a reason. If I think that technical analysis is important, I will have mentioned it. If I did not mention, it's purposely one. I did not mention it, therefore it's not as important. All right. So how often I rebalance? Why is asking how often I rebalance portfolio? Let's say Tesla shoot up faster than expected. All right, so I can rebalance. So let's say Tesla, right? Let's say we are here. I have 2 shares of Tesla at $1,000. All right, and if it shoot up to maybe 1,500, here will become 3,000, right? Right. So can you see there's an imbalance because 3,000 is not it's not 20% already. So I might sell. Okay, also because Tesla is quite heavy. So either if I sell, all right, it's like 1,500 because 2 shares of Tesla at 1,500, right? So if I tweak it, if I remove it, I want to see how will it affect my portfolio. But let's say if one side gets too skewed, like for me, C went up a lot. So let's say C go up to 40%, right? And then Square is so because this goes up, the remaining one should kind of drop. So Tesla did not actually move that much over the last 1 or 2 months. Right, and then let's say roughly, all right, I just use some rough figures, okay? So these don't exactly add up, roughly, So what you want to do is you want to sell some shares here, trim them, and enter into JD and Square, all right? For me, I only trim, right? Just like, let me ask you, when do you go to cut hair? How often you guys go cut hair? When the hair go too long, you very gao wei, like wow, very gao wei, then you go and cut lah. So when also for your portfolio, when to trim? When you see your position, like 40%, wow, like if too much, sometimes as an investor you will know like too much for you, like in terms of percentage, is like almost half of your portfolio, then you can trim. But if it's only like 30% or 32%, if you're okay with it, then let it run. Okay. So I only trim as and when I have time or when when it's too much for me. Okay. Okay. Let me scroll down and see if I missed some questions. All right. So Nick, again, I shared on C, overvalue, right, is based on how you are valuing it. All right. If you value it based on the traditional means, then it might not be the most accurate way. Like if I judge an elephant on its ability to climb a tree, then it might not be the best animal. If I judge a company like C on how much profitability there is right now, then it might not be the best matrix. All right. Derek, good question. If I found a better stock, but my current stock holding is spiraling downwards, do you switch? I will switch immediately. I mentioned earlier, there's a better use of the funds. You realize again, I did not state whether my portfolio is down or up, right? Whether it's break even, do I wait for it? And in fact, that's how I mentioned, I do not wait for you to recover first. Doesn't matter if it's down or up. It's about, so let's say you start with 10K, and let's say you very sway, you start to do this in February before the crash. When the crash happened, market drop 30%. Let's say your portfolio also down 30%, about 7K. You will suffer 3K loss, right? Now, this $7,000, does it know it lost 30%? Type yes or no in the chat box. This $7,000 of yours, your money, do you think it will know it lost 30% or not? It doesn't know. It doesn't care. It only knows it's 7,000. So you as an investor, right, what you need to do is, what is the best use of this $7,000? Does it make sense? So let's say you are general at war, you got 10,000 soldiers. Let's say the enemy very strong, you lose already. All right, and I mean you start to lose, and then you lose $3,000 or 3,000 of your soldiers, left to 7,000. Do you think the war care about how many soldiers you lose? Doesn't matter. What's important is how you deploy guys will know, right, in army, how you deploy right now. What's the best deployment right now? How do you best How do you best deploy the remaining amount of soldiers? In this context, how do you deploy the remaining amount of money? Okay, so if there's a better company, then switch immediately lah. All right. At the end of the day, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? So some people hold on to your stock, want to get it to break even first. For what? All right. So in my portfolio, will there be companies that lose money? Yes, because I'm focusing on the overall portfolio. You know, in war sometimes soldiers die, but you want to focus on the objective. The objective of this portfolio, is it to break even? Your objective is not to break even on every single company, on every single stock that you have. Write this down. Your objective is not to at least break even or make a bit of profit on every single stock. Your objective, you are the general of your portfolio, right? Your objective is to make as much money as possible. If your soldiers can be deployed into a better company, why not? Right? Okay. So I don't want to focus. I've been talking for a while. Market is opening. I don't want to focus that much on individual companies. Maybe next time I will do a sharing on how do I value companies like C Limited. All right. Okay. All right. So I think that's about it. All right. I answered most of your questions. In case I miss out any question, all right, feel free, get in touch with me. All right. And again, just a small ask. All right. If you guys like my sharing, all right, you guys learn something. If you don't mind, all right, you can just tag me on Facebook or Instagram. All right. And if you have a portfolio, send me your portfolio based on this. Don't just send me what stocks you buy and then what price and then tell me, I mean, this company can buy or not. All right. Don't ask me what company can buy. Let me know what company you buy and why you buy it. Right? I want to have your reasons. Share me your details why you buy it. Don't tell me you buy what price. Right? Your price you buy also irrelevant. I know what price it is right now, and I want to know your plan moving forward. Right? So don't focus on the past. Focus on from now over here. You know, some of you guys make profit, some of you make a lot of profit, some of you guys perhaps you miss the boat for whatever reason. All right, now what's most important is markets are down minus 10%. We are currently right here. You know how much money you have right now. So what is important? What is relevant right now? Right now, what is relevant is this, all right, and your companies that you should have. All right, I'm not asking you to follow. It's not a stock recommendation. I'm just sharing what I personally have. All right, but what companies you should have. How much capital you have right now? Not you start how much, but right now you have how much. All right, and how will you deploy them into these companies? All right, so those of you who want me to review your portfolio, follow this template. All right, don't tell me how much you buy last time. All right, just tell me what will you do with the money going forward. Okay, so those of you who missed the earlier part of what I will see if I can try to upload this. All right, and I'll share in my Telegram group. So those of you who have not followed me on Telegram, all right, join me on Telegram. Okay, the link is here. I'll just paste it over here. Okay, and next time I'll try to. How many of you guys really like this sharing on? Like you don't mind having more of this? Okay, maybe not the same thing. Maybe I'll share something else. Right. So those of you who want more, all right, help me get more. Help me spread. Right. So the more followers I have on Telegram, make sure I want to hit like 1K participants on Telegram. Then I will do more sharing next time. Okay. So this is me, Wei Ming, signing out. All right. Any questions I miss out? So sorry for that. As I show through, sometimes I miss out some question. I'm okay one. Just feel free to drop me a text. When I'm free, I will reply you. Okay. And those of you who want me to review your portfolio, give me a shout out on social media. Okay. See you guys. All right. Okay, see you guys. Have a good dinner. Remember to tag me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook. If you're adding me on Instagram, all right, just share on Facebook, on your Instagram stories. Can we? Don't need to post. All right. Okay, see you guys.